Hi, Mr. Lee. I'm Pat Armstrong. I'm the director from Med Device. How are you?
I'm doing great. My name is T.S. Lee. I am the Vice President of Lee Medical Supply. I am the son of the president, Mr. Lee.
Nice to meet you. I heard from my boss that your dad and my boss had a great meeting, and they want to kind of venture this new opportunity together.
Yes, and I think it's a great opportunity. I guess that's why we are here to look into the things they agreed on and the things that they kind of talked about so that we can deliberate and negotiate on the terms.
Exactly, and I'm grateful that you're here. Um, is there is there any questions, anything concerns you have before we start?
Um, Not really. I just have a few things that the things that they kind of talked about are the things that I'm ready for us to discuss or negotiate on.
Okay.
Yeah, they agreed on or they discussed the decision making,
Mm-hmm.
staffing, profit distribution,
Mm-hmm.
and conflict resolution.
Yep. So,
You have that also, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
my understanding is for decision making, we'll have general manager and a board of directors, and the majority of board of director will have to approve on some maiden decisions.
So on my end, what I have is that Mr. Thompson and my dad will kind of be the top, will finalize all the decisions.
They will if there's a conflict, but like day to day stuff usually will not end up being they're busy, will not go to them. So that's why we'll recommend having a board, and that's how we
Okay.
do the business here as well, where we have a
Okay.
board which approves a lot of stuff.
All right.
And the general manager will probably report to us as will report to both of us, but will be appointed by our company.
So you're saying the general manager for both Lee Supplies and Med Device, you guys want to be the one to hire or to appoint that person?
So remember, this will be one new company by it's a new venture from both of us, right?
Yes.
So it'll be a third
Yes.
company technically. So it won't affect your primary business at all. This general manager will be working on that new company, so it'll be appointed by us um, for so he'll be responsible for ultimate responsibility will fall on him.
Okay, so this general manager is the one that is coming over to Thailand to be in our office.
We haven't decided where we will pick up the general manager from. We have to open the position, recruit somebody. It could be
Okay.
somebody local, could be somebody from here. But at the same time, we thought there'll be one manager under this general manager, which will be picked by your company, which you guys can pick up. And so he'll be like an assistant almost to the
Okay.
manager.
Let me look through this quickly and so that I know that we are on the same page here. Um, it says um all right, so um you are proposing or you guys are saying that you want the general manager to be for this new venture to
Mm-hmm.
be a med device person,
Med device representative, the general manager,
representative.
and the other manager can be appointed by your company, um, which will basically know the culture of the community and the local culture, and the person can help with that.
So since this is a new venture and it looks like um Lee Supplies knows the culture, knows the clients, knows the people over there.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that we want the general manager to be from Lee Medical Supplies, just because we know the people we are working with.
True.
If it's someone else coming from outside, it might be a little challenging, especially since it is a new venture, and people will want to be comfortable with the people they know.
Yeah, I understand, and that's why we are giving you the position for the assistant, for the other manager. For general manager, because we are also giving 60% of the initial deposit, like initial capital, we are investing 60%. So Med Device wants to make sure, since it has a bigger capital in this venture, it has its own general manager appointed who reports to, who maintains and reports to both of us. And that's something we are very persistent on. That's what we want for sure.
I get the point that Med Device brought 60% of the capital and we brought 40. But I believe it was ironed out already that this is not going to be an issue, because yes, you are bringing capital, but we're also bringing other things that compensates for the capital. So
And they do.
I would say that we shouldn't let the monetary capital be anything to mention in here.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's not the capital only, but we have to always get approvals from our board, and we have to get approval from Mr. Thompson, and that's what he discussed with your dad, that he really wants the general manager from Med Device, and most partnerships we do internationally work like that. The Med Device has their own representative at the top, and it's not gonna affect you in any way. Your dad and Mr. Thompson have very good relationship. This is more for the new venture and more for our stakeholders and our shareholders. Um, so that's one of the requirements. Why don't we discuss the other things? And while you think
Okay.
about that,
Okay.
then we thought, we can have also 4 sales representatives. Out of 4, 3 can be appointed by your company, and 1 we can decide. Does that sound reasonable to you?
For sales representative, so
Hmm.
you guys are going to bring on 1.
Yeah, so 3 you can appoint.
Okay, and will this person be based in Thailand or in the US?
So most of this business will be Thailand. So most of this, at least, as we are starting, everybody I think will be based on the Thailand, and we'll see how this goes in future. Or at least for now, yeah, everyone will be based on Thailand, and that's how we have to start the new venture.
Can we have all 4 coming from us?
I think it's good to. Go ahead.
Just because of if I am agreeing or coming on board with your first proposal, that the general manager should be from you. Then I will say that we want to have all 4 coming from Med Device. I mean
Okay,
from
so
Lee.
the other thing I had
Because
was.
we know that we are on the ground, we are doing all the work, we know the people, we know the clients. So give us that shot to take care of.
Okay. If you agree with the general manager, you can have all 4 sales representatives.
Okay. All right. So if I'll also come in here with right. So we are on the decision making, right? Or we are on the staffing? We are
Still
on staffing
staffing.
now.
So
Okay.
staffing, the next one
Yes.
I had, if we can have like 2 secretaries, like office assistants, and as you said, we can divide these staffing. So if we can do 1-on-1 on the office support staff, that'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. With the staffing, I also have one proposal. We will want to have like like a flex request
Okay.
where we can hire people, how shall I say it? So like allocate flex funds to hire more people as needed without any veto from med device. As the company
Um,
grows, if we deem it that we need more people on the ground to assist.
that will go through the decision making, that'll be if something which will be approved by the board. So it's not something which will depend on you guys or us. It has to go through the board level. If it's something, because it's expense, so it has to come from the board if
Mhm,
they approve it. So I think, how we were thinking of decision making, where the board should have unanimous voting right. Every person should have one vote in that and
mhm.
decide on this. If there's some new position open up, do we want to hire somebody or not? And that situation will occur, right? This is a new venture. We just have basic positions, and as we grow, we will need more people, and the board will approve it accordingly. And I think board should be 5 members, at least 3 from med device and 2 from Lee Medical.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. So I think we are good on the decision making and we are good on the staffing. Let's talk about the profit distribution. Okay.
Mhm.
What do you think for profit distribution?
For the profit distribution, we would like maximum flexibility.
Okay.
What we mean is that in case there's a shortfall on our side, which we don't anticipate because we always make profits,
Mhm.
there will be equal sharing of the profits. If you guys make more profits than us, we will still share, and it will be vice versa. If there's a shortfall on your end, we will still share equally whatever we make. It will be the same for debt.
So the profit sharing, and you're right, will be based on the new venture.
Uh-huh.
And our plan is that we'll invest in the market and we will not withdraw any profit from the operations for first 5 years of this joint venture. So we will kind of reinvest our profit in the venture so it grows. And um, that's our plan, that whatever profit is generated, we will reinvest in the venture. Is that,
Okay.
and that it'll grow. Now, for as we discussed before, like conflict resolution, time to time something happens, some things which
Yes.
cannot be resolved by the board, something which cannot be resolved by, Mr. Lee or your dad, I mean, and Mr. Thompson. Then I think if they fail to resolve some resolution, since we are based out of California and US, it should go through the California court system. And I hope it doesn't
Um,
come to that, but that would be the last straw.
okay, so we want to propose something else.
Okay.
We would like all uh, uh, conflicts to be resolved in arbitration. Apart from the legal things that we're doing right now, as in paperwork, anything that comes outside, which we don't anticipate, but
Okay.
anything that comes outside, we
Hmm.
don't want any legal, we don't want any courts to get involved. We
Okay.
want arbitration. And with the arbitration, we want people who are well versed in both cultures.
So we
And
can do like a international arbitration. We have done that
yes,
before with companies. Yeah, definitely.
yes,
We can do that.
yes, that's what we want to have rather than the court system.
Okay. So we can do that. And you think we can have this ready and going within the next couple of weeks, like
Yes.
2, 3 weeks?
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else? Any other concerns or questions you have?
And so with the international arbitrators, um, how many would they be, and who is going to choose them?
So you tell
Is
me
it
what you have
is
in
it the
mind.
board? Is it the board or how do we go about it? That's the question
I
I'm trying
think
to.
it'll be better if it'll be the board of the company, which will have, which will help us through the international arbitration.
Okay.
Yeah. And one last thing I forgot to mention in the staffing. One thing which company as a policy doesn't allow is hiring family members. We don't allow family members to be hired within the company. It's just to give fair opportunity to everyone. So Mr. Thompson and Mr. Lee agreed on making an exception, and you will be allowed to participate in the company and be a company employee because you have that understanding. But we want to make sure nobody else from your family or any of the employees who are hired, their family is not. We don't hire any of their family members.
So that would be a little difficult because we started as a family. And we have a lot of family members in. So if you say this, then means that we're going to have to lay people off. And my sister also is in school, but she's almost done with school, and we're planning to bring her into the on board. So it will be a little challenging because my dad trusts family, and that's how he's run his business all these years, and he's been successful.
True, and I understand. I think you can do that at the business you have. You have the family, and that's totally fine. But on the new venture, where the two companies are coming together to create this venture, that's where we don't want any family member besides you, because that's where our company is getting involved, right? So we are not getting involved in the parent company. So with the new venture, we would not be able to approve any other family members besides you. And your dad.
Was not, yes, I know that. I mean, I know your culture, but this was not brought to me by my dad. We strongly want my sister to come on board with this because it looks like I have given in, or we've given in a lot since this negotiation. You guys were having the three board members, we're having two, and other things. We want my sister to be on board.
Okay, so it's both ways, right? We also gave up on the sales representative. We also decided on the arbitration besides the California court. So we understand the culture, and that's why we are kind of helping both. It's helping both ways out. So we are negotiating, so it helps both parties out.
Right.
This is like a company policy, which is they are very strict on, and that's why we don't really allow.
That is med device policy. Now we are building a new venture. So we have to try and figure things out rather than saying this is company policy, because the policy has not been written yet. True.
And my understanding, Mr. Thomas, with Mr. Thompson, the discussion was that it'll be only one. It seemed like that your dad really just wanted you to be involved. And that's what Mr. Thompson conveyed to me, was that only one person will be allowed, and that'll be you. So definitely, talk to your dad and see what he thinks.
Okay. But so at least, I really want to go back to my dad with a finalized item. So we will say, okay, no problem with that.
Okay. So are we agreeing on the deal right now, or do you want to wait? Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Just to recap, so we'll have the general manager, you'll have the other manager, board of directors will be 3 and 2. You'll have the support staff, you'll get all 4. The assistant will do 1 and 1, and the arbitration policy will follow. And besides no family will be allowed.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Same here.